Hey guys, welcome back. Well, we're live. We're finally live, and we're kind of like live at multiple platforms. So you should be seeing us on Facebook, the community to Facebook, the community to our LinkedIn, the community to our YouTube, community on Twitter, and Twitch. So I think we're like live almost on every stream. Now, most of the times I don't really come live, but I thought, just let's have a little bit test Q&A. I also wanted to see the quality of the stream that's basically coming along, and that's going to help us to build more things. And I think I'm going to start these for mostly for all of you guys, right? So if you guys have any questions, today we're going to be talking a little bit about tech equipment and so what kind of equipment do I use for my sense of streaming and when I go live, and what do I do? What are the things that, I participate in? So we're going to be talking around those areas. We're going to be looking at multiple things that I kind of like do during our streams, and what kind of camera angles do we need and what kind of areas do we work on? So if you have any questions regarding these, gadgets, some tips, some, areas that could be useful for specifically, let's say, most trainers, for coaches, for therapists, if you're into complementary therapy, or if you're into alternative therapy, what kind of equipment would be really most suitable for you guys to run in terms of your daily use? So we could basically talk around that. And yeah, I'll be taking any questions and answers if you guys have, and if you guys don't have, I mean, we'll just skip the question and answers, and I'll just go on briefing it completely from my own very end. So thank you guys for checking in. Well, with COVID-19, now usually I'm not the type of a person who usually comes live. I mean, I have very selective groups in which I do go to. I have my eCam community where I do go live quite often. I mean, that's where I build my sense of confidence. I do go live on Zoom, and Zoom sessions we do have, and those are mostly related to training, when we're doing, courses such as, the practitioner, master practitioner, then we have got advanced hypnotherapy course, and then we've got, some trainer trainings. So these are some of the areas that I do always get live on, and that consumes approximately 50% of my entire month. And I'm like doing trainings back to back. And I never really saw the need of coming online, and I used to do it, and I just felt that, that's not a targeted area. But then I was missing out on a huge fan following. I thought everybody, oh yeah, we got hi Meg Khan, thank you. She says hi Arslan, good to see you after a long time. Yeah, yeah, it's like I said, most of you guys wouldn't really know that I don't really come online that much, camera shy, right? So I basically upgraded from level to level. First, I used to come live only with the utility of, let's look at some things. So first, I only had this, I didn't even have a MacBook Pro, by the way. And I used to basically use the camera that used to be on my Dell laptop, and that was kind of like a blurry, type of camera. But it was still good. It got everything done, no matter what used to happen. I used to do that. But who used a camera? Who used? Come on, you guys tell me. Did anybody ever use a laptop camera? I mean, mostly when you used to have physical trainings, physical coaching sessions, physical therapy sessions. So that's how we never used to use those cameras. And yeah, hi, Mohammed Wasif. Hope I get the names correct. Hope you're doing well and glad to see you. Thank you so much. It's an honor. Mehek has, how are you spending your days in COVID? I'm spending my days in this cubicle. So I got my entire, studio ready, and that's where I basically work and I do stuff. Thank you, Mohammed Wasif. Nice setup that you have for live streaming. Impressive. Thank you. And that's exactly what I wanted to share today. And I wanted to basically talk around that, specific area. Bina, one of our graduates, Assalamu alaikum or something. Thank you. And walaikum salam. So yeah, coming back. I mean, so the camera, we used to be in physical trainings, and after COVID happened, everything just shut down. I mean, then we were stuck with the first ever laptop screen. And with this laptop, I did few training sessions on this, bit productive. Once I got a little bit better, I just upgraded my laptop first. I think upgrading your laptop was the first, need in time. So I shifted to MacBook Pro. And I use the one with the M1 chip, and it has just about 8 GBs of RAM. I didn't go for the 16 GB. This device, or this laptop with 8 GB M1 Mac, I think was was crazy. I could just about do all my live streams, on that. I was upgraded already onto Zoom plans, and that kicked off my business. I mean, it didn't let my business go down by any way. Mac, I prefer because it doesn't crash. I mean, I hope this feed doesn't crash. Otherwise, it'll be useless to have this, Mac over here. So yeah, you see, most of us do use. We have Meg on. She says she uses her laptop camera, and it's perfectly fine. I mean, to start off with, that's where I also started off from. I have Yusuf on LinkedIn. Joining us from LinkedIn. Hi, Arslan. Thank you. One of our team members, one of my good friends as well. Sumera Shine, making days productive. What else could we do? I mean, we're people, we're coaches, we're trainers. We got to make every single second count, right? So thank you so much. Vakas Minas, again, one of our graduates. Glad to see you after long time. Yeah, I don't usually come online. Yeah, camera shy, I have to admit. So sometimes even I'm not looking at the camera, I'm like looking at the desktop, and that's how it goes. So after, I got my system ready, I did shift my camera, and I chose this camera, and I think this was really good tech equipment if you really want to go for. So I shifted to my Logitech Brio. I don't know if I can come. So that's my Logitech Brio. Now, Logitech Brio is a great camera. I mean, from the side angle, if I just place it from here, of course, it's kind of like doing something to this lights, like Neon is like shading this up, and the key light that I have over here. So it does stuff to it, but still, it's relatively a really good camera. So Logitech Brio 4K, oh, awesome. I mean, no comparison. I think that's the camera that I had worked on for about good 6 months. It was I think one of the best investments I ever made. Pricing, sometimes ranging from about 30,000 approximate. I really don't have the invoice of it, but it's one of the best, finest 4K cameras. I have my coffee also and my water. So it's amazing. It's one of the best things that you can ever have. That's how I upgraded slowly, gradually. Hi, someone. Yeah. Hi, buddy. What's up? You're joining us from Facebook. We have Adil Khan from LinkedIn. Hello, Arslan. Yeah. Hi, Adil. Good to see you after a long time. Yeah. I've been mentioning this. I don't come live much often. Noor, what's up? I think... Yeah, entrepreneurial conference, something. We catched up over there. Yeah, glad to see you, man, too. That's really amazing. It's a good camera, but placement of needs to be adjusted because of light. Yes, indeed. For 4K camera, Brio does really good if you adjust it properly. I used to have it on my laptop top, but I don't use that now anymore. I use my front camera, and that's a little bit much more, useful. We have Bismillah, again, our team member from YouTube community. Hey, hi. How are you? So cameras, I mean, they play a really vital role. So guys, I mean, don't let this technological equipment let you down, what to use, what not to use. You could start off just as much as with your laptop screen, So most of the times I used to come down from my cell phone. So just to demonstrate a few of the things that we used to use, I think I have it over here. So you see my cell phone screen over here, right? So I used to kind of like, use my cell phone screen over here, and also there are a lot of things over here, so we just want to skip through this. But if I just show you a quick demonstration, I mean, you can check out the camera difference. So this is how probably it would have looked like if I was signing in from, check the difference. Like this is from my cell phone, and the one that I'm looking in, that's my main key camera. That's Lumix S1, Panasonic S1. So, but this was still good to do. I mean, I really don't really care about my physical appearance as long as I'm there to disseminate something that is really, really valuable. So still, you can just check the camera differences. But if you're starting off, even this is perfectly fine, guys. I mean, no hard deals in this. The idea is you're out there, you're talking, you're communicating, and that's what's more important. Arya, she's joining us from LinkedIn. Hi, Arslan, glad to see you. Glad to see you too, buddy. One of our recent team members was joined in. We have Amara Mubashir, with the fourth wave, do you see How do you see in-person training coming back to soon? I don't see in-person training coming back to soon. This is the new normal. And we guys have to accept this. I think it's about time that we upgrade our, systems to, so I'm right now using this equipment that I'm using. This puts me on level 4 level streamer. So I'm really going at par with all the technological advancements that are coming in. Even if physical trainings did return back, they would have habituated certain people. Let me just talk about this in a little bit, context. कभी ऐसा हुआ है कि आप लोग दफ्तर में जाते थे and लोग कहते थे कि यार क्या रोज दफ्तर आना पड़ता है, and then COVID happened and everybody started working from home. So yes, of course there are some people who really want to go back to physical offices, but if the physical offices started, people would be like नहीं घर से ज़्यादा बेहतर था. So people adjust to the new right? So then this is the new normal. And I don't really think we're ever going to physical trainings, and even if we did, it would be hybrid. So this is a great time. I mean, I think this is one of the most fabulous times that we could really upgrade our minds to all the tech equipment that we can, possibly utilize. So once I was done with the camera and I was on like Logitech for, Brio 4K, that was really good enough. Special thanks. The only 2 sponsors we have is my coffee and my glass of water. That's all. Okay, this video is not sponsored in any way. So then I upgraded to my sound. Now sound makes a huge difference, right? So audio, having a really good fine sense of audio is a really good sense. So I upgraded to this Rode mic. I think I'm really happy with this Rode mic. This is one of the most economical Rode mics that you can possibly get on the market. And this made the audio quality quite smooth and to be really honest, really fine. Oh, I kind of added certain effects to it, so I can play them either from my Rodecaster Pro, which connects to my Rode mic, and then Rode mic comes directly to you all on the live streaming. But I could have moments of celebration, applause, or I don't know, any kind of sound effects. So I literally put sound effects to every single thing that I would want to do. For example, if you guys have a question, I could go back to this one. So fourth wave, do you see in-person training coming back soon? Well, coming back soon? No, never. So, I mean, yeah, I really wish we do come back to physical trainings, but they're going to be hybrid now. People's preference change, and their values also kind of change, and they adapt with the type of environment that's, happening. And trainings are going to be mobilized online. And I think it has been so fabulous that, people really want to now look forward to engaging online. And isn't this engaging enough? We could have here. Oh, I could also put picture in picture here too, so you could see me on the side. I could turn that one off. I could put myself here. I could put myself here. I could put myself here. I could go back to this view. I could go look at the amount of things that you can do. We could talk on Zoom over here. We could go to Logitech Brio, and it gives you that huge variety of sense that you could really do a lot in terms of the online training proportion. So yeah, Mehek, so she comes in with our comment, you should start podcast. Yeah, that's in pipeline. We're gonna do. Why don't you suggest some topics? Give us some topics below that we would really want to hear the podcasts on, and we could really have that. Nur, yeah, seriously, this hybrid environment has actually created a difference, in the working scenario for sure. I mean, it has altered the way we used to think and we used to adapt to technology. So these are some of the upgrades that I did, slowly and gradually, and with the time to time that we did. You're actually having fun with it. Oh yeah, I am. I'm a tech person. I love technology, and I embrace anything that breaks my comfort. What do trainers do, guys? If you're a trainer and if you want to break, we tell people to break their comfort zones. For a change, let's us also try to break our comfort zone. So I love that. Yeah, Amara, I think I'm gonna really, add this one. So teach NLP tools bite size. Yes, for sure. I think there's so much of NLP that is not, very restricted. We could really communicate that. There are certain really good coaching tips. I could start something on timeline therapy techniques. I could start on coaching. We could start something around, basics of hypnotherapy. And although we do advanced trainings in hypnotherapy, but we could start little bite-sized areas of what those interventions to be look like. How to be positive is a great topic for podcast. Yeah, Meg, we're gonna really emphasize on that. Hi Zora, how are you? One of our graduates. The sound effects edition is amazing. Isn't that true, right? So we're gonna have a lot of other sound effects, and we're gonna add a lot of them too. Yeah, I'm trying to develop my library slowly and gradually. So let's look at this again. And while we were doing all these upgrades, so I talked about camera and I talked about how we did the audio. Now I could take in a call. I could take a live caller on board. I could switch to Bluetooth. I could have 4 different mics, and which was, encouraged by most of you, like, Mehek said that we should start podcast. Amara was like, you should start, certain topics. So this Rodecaster helps me, and along with my mic system, allows and enables me to do all that. And so once we got our sound, my headphones, they're always in handy in case I lose sound or something. So I just plug them in. I have my ear pods in case I want to just, go mobile and take a call that's basically coming live. So with the audio and video to be done, now then it was, I thought, how do I upgrade this even more? So then I found this beautiful tech, and if you guys go to our YouTube channel, which is, just Google Arslan Larik, and I made a recent tech review about this, ATM Mini Pro, and this is fabulous. I mean, ATM Mini Pro has solved a lot of. So what happens if you see these buttons, or if I click this button, tap camera 1, tap camera 2, tap camera 1, camera 2, camera 1, camera 2, camera 1, camera 2. So it kind of like flips on and off, and it's actually a switcher. So if you look at this can switch up to 4 cameras. Now, I only have 2 right now connected to it. Others are connected via software, but I could connect all my cameras to this and have that engaging feel. So, I turn my picture-in-picture mode on in this, and what it allows me to do is that now people can see me over here on this, I'm doing some stuff here, but they can also see me that I'm there on the camera. I've not run away. How engaging could that be? Imagine if you guys are trainers, how fun would that be? They know that you're there, you're doing some stuff, and it just adds that realistic effect. So I love this switcher, A10 Mini Pro. And why I use this, do I really need this? No, I don't really need A10 Mini Pro. I could have done everything else also on the software. But this saves my processing speed. I mean, imagine, take a look at this one. So my audio is not being utilized by my laptop. My streaming, which is basically not streaming, but the camera switching is being done by the A10 Mini Pro. So that saves a lot of processing speed on my laptop, and, likelihood, the less chances of it just hanging up. Although this is just one enough equipment to go stream and all on live. I use the A10 Mini Pro. I don't really need the ISO version of it. You can go up to 8 camera switchboards and other switchboards. You can go even to bigger, sound mixers as well if you like. But this serves, the good level 4 streaming purpose that I really would want to achieve for myself. So that's how, I built up. So I went gradual. I could really afford all this equipment. If I talked about every single thing that was adjusted here, costed me about 25 lakh rupees, but that's a huge investment to make, for somebody who's starting off really small. Again, a laptop with the laptop based camera is good enough to start with. Don't let your confidence be shattered by what others have. Everybody has a beginning, right? So I would really encourage you guys to come online as quickly as possible. Bismillah, she's joining us again from Facebook now. Everything is online, and now the new reality is so that we must adapt to new challenges in order to grow. Yeah, for sure. I mean, growth means inevitable amount of learning. I've been learning every single day about softwares, about tech equipment, how to do it, how to basically be there. Yes, Sadiq, thank you. Very nice. That's my dad. And that's what happens when parents, positivity incarnate. Thank you, Dad. Thank you for being present here. Even Dad is learning how to upgrade, So if you have people who are 60 plus and 60 plus younger, generation, they're also adapting to technology in really fun ways. It's just a blessing. And, I get more leverage of, like I said, now, how do I run my other equipment from? So what are like the other softwares that I'm using? I don't know if I could really, take you to those. I can show you, just if you give me a break. Yeah. So this is basically my StreamYard. So this it's gonna go into Zoom, into Zoom, into Zoom, into Zoom, and you can see all the comments that are there. So this is great. So if I'm explaining something about StreamYard, I could. So I use the professional plan, which allows me to go up to 8 channels simultaneously online, and this is really phenomenal. And also what it does is I could go up to 1080p, video quality recording. So I'm simultaneously live on my YouTube, my Facebook, my LinkedIn, my Twitter, my Twitch. I love this one. So, and I could also show demonstrations over here. This is how my feed is coming on. And here's a cool thing. I could still do a lot of things just over here. So if I go to the banner section, I mean, of course, this is a stream into stream, but I could go into my banners and I could give my email addresses like, yeah, hey, you guys could connect with me at Arslan, connect@arslanlarik.com. And today's is the question and answer session with Arslan Larik. I could have this ticker going on downstairs, and this, basically makes the feed in overall interactive sense. I'm just giving you the software overview so that you understand what is the first, basic software that I use. And that's basically the StreamYard, really good professional plan, which could basically give you a really good sense of stream and quality. So coming back to our, sense, so that's one of the softwares that I use, and I love that one. So StreamYard gives you the ability to simulcast at different locations, at multiple destinations. Now, should you be simulcasting, or yes or no? I don't know. You guys tell me. If you guys, what are your thoughts on this? You guys could give me your sense of areas in simulcasting. Madiha, good to see you. You're actually enjoying camera 1 and 2. Oh yeah. Like I said, I love my streaming platforms. I enjoy that. Thank you, Madiha. It's good to connect with you after ages. Yeah. And then we have Anisa. Hi, Anisa. One of our graduates. Salam. Walaikum salam. Thank you so much. So StreamYard gives me that ability to simulcast at a lot of platforms. I could go to live up to 8. Depends on the plan that you've chosen. Now, there's a free plan on StreamYard, okay? First, go for the free plan. See if it works for you or it doesn't work for you. So I have the most advanced plan, the highest plan that you can buy on StreamYard. I bought that. I have a year-long subscription of this. I bought the highest plan for Zoom as well. So Zoom is also paid. But if you're starting off, listen, I don't want you to be discouraged by all this sense. Just start off with the free plan. Get yourself, used to it. See which one works for you, which does not work for you. And also what fits your budget, what fits your requirement. What is it that you're really aiming to do with the online, and the also tech and equipment that you would really want to use. So it's for you to understand. So, and also learn. I like learning. So all the softwares you can download for free of cost and see how they basically work for you. So StreamYard is my primary platform. Now, the downside of StreamYard is that although I'm online everywhere else, but I'm not online on Instagram right now. So I don't stream to Instagram. Instagram is a dedicated place. So if I want to do Instagram, I need to use my cell phone and go live from there. So Insta requires a dedicated, following there. And sometimes when I want to go to dedicated sense of what do you call streaming, I could show you something else. So here's another piece of software that I use, and we could look at that one. So you know about the StreamYard, and I could basically change my source over here, and we can go to another monitor. So let's see if that's possible. Yeah, that is possible. We can go to our secondary monitor. Now we'll go to tertiary monitor. Yeah, here. So I'll just display everything that I can possibly over here. So here you go. This is my entire Ecamm live, setup that basically looks like. If I put this over here, you'll be able to see even the screen there. Yeah, so this is my Ecamm. And Ecamm is an amazing, amazing software. I have the advanced version for this as well, which is Pro Plan. And this is a really resourceful tool itself. So what it allows me to do is, if you can see over here, I can change a lot of my scenes over here that are there. Let me just give you a, like, for example, small pod screen. So if I play this, it goes like there, pops in back, and then I could go back to my PPT. So this allows me to do all that, add in lower thirds, add in that, name, title, tags, and all that. And also, yeah, those of you who were asking me about sounds, these are all the ones. So enjoying the thug life, right? Yeah. So this kind of really does this, and you can do a lot of sound effects. If I get angry, yeah, I use that one. And then all that. So I love this one. This is how this basically toddles around, and you can use this software also for yourself. So again, look, there are multiple softwares, right? Like, so you can use StreamYard, you could use Ecamm Live. Ecamm Live took me about 3 months to learn and master. Those of, by the way, here's also a proposition. Ecamm Live only works with Mac. So if you're on any other regular laptop, you may want to Google on OBS and learn about OBS. And OBS is again a really great software for streaming online and to do all your podcasts, your interviews, your multiple camera setup. And OBS is free of cost, by the way. How cool is that? I mean, when you upgrade to Mac, it's like everything is so paid and so premium. So that's what we could do. We have another question that's jumping in. What are the core benefits of learning all the interventions online now? Massive. I mean, like, this is a question where I would want to spend time on. See, look, if you were a trainer, now imagine you're still saying that I want to train the trainer physically. Sure, you can train the trainer physically, but if you're not learning about train the trainer, how to do it on digital platforms, you would not be able to, work around with the audience who are online, right? So you want to be comfortable in terms of looking at the camera. First, we had to be looking, comfortable in terms of engaging with all the people. So, if you want to do benefits of, learning training, proposition in terms of coaching, let's think about that. If you help, people become master coaches, and we certify them as coaches in modalities of neuro-linguistic programming, in terms of coaching, in terms of therapy. Let me just leave the banner so you know about what I really do. So these are all the things that basically we work around. Now, imagine with the digital age, you've opened your boundaries. I'm no longer stuck in Pakistan. I mean, I'm right now on the time zone, which is also matches the US time zone. Australia is sleeping. Australia would wake up at 3 a.m. So at 3 a.m., I'm with my, community in Australia. I'm at US community at 7 p.m. Then I'm with also my regular Pakistan community in the daytime. It gives me a flexibility to open my borders. I could start my business in Bangladesh. I could start my business in Singapore. I could be coaching somebody else from the other part of the planet Earth. It makes things easier. I mean, how many of you here, raise your hand if you want to make an income stream by, coaching people who are living abroad. Now, when you coach them, they basically have with certain economies, for them paying off like $50 per hour, $100 per hour seems very economical for them in their economies. Whereas in Pakistan, asking for, a coaching session worth about 5,000 rupees per hour seems also quite expensive to most people. So it helps you to leverage on a lot of, markets, and to be able to shift globally. No longer do I need to invest on my airline. I used to go about, how much was this last time? 8 times that I really went to, trainings in Thailand. I mean, if I knew, the COVID-19 was coming, how much of amount of money would I have saved? And all that traveling amount, I could really invest in terms of my equipment and go further for that. So thank you for asking that. Oh, Madhya. We have another question from her. Which one is more effective in terms of, training, physical or online? Well, when I used to do training physically, trust me, I was the first one who said, I will never go online. And when I said I would never go online was my limiting belief. We are certifying people, and we've certified about 400 graduates as masterful coaches. Some of them have graduated as master coaches. Some of them have graduated into advanced therapeutic interventions like hypnotherapy and timeline therapy. They gave the feedback. They said the online version was 2 times, better and much more engaging compared to the physical training itself. And why it was really amazing is because no matter what they do in COVID-19, when the lockdowns happen, they cannot go to a person to coach them one-on-one, or neither are the people really going to come and visit them. And so people who were psychologists, who were psychotherapists, people who were psychiatrists, they had a sudden boom of a business after learning all these NLP tools and techniques, because they could really go to now international market, or even within the local market, they could do more with online now. So imagine how useful would that be. And so what is more important? It depends on the person disseminating the content. It depends on your rapport with your audience. And if your audience receives you well, that's how you gauge it. So we always have the feedback about how our clients are, learning online. You're learning some things right now. Isn't that true? So give yourself a round of applause for that. And you're also seeing simultaneously, you're also seeing all my setup, and I'm taking you through all the navigations. Also, I have 2 monitors here. So one monitor is here, one monitor is here. And this is my tertiary display. And so I use about 3 monitors simultaneously. It just makes me, much more easier, although one screen is also more than enough. Depends on how many softwares you're running. We have somebody from a LinkedIn, but it's a user. Your voice is not synced with the video. Yeah, some areas may. So if you're watching it on 2 different channels, sometimes the audio may go a little bit faster. Sometimes the audio may go a little slower. These are delays, and we may want to work around them. So thank you for highlighting this. Let me share this with you. So there's a device, and I'm still trying to study about how we really could go about this. But basically the audio sync. Now, audio sync in MacBook is, we got to work around how we're going to really work into this area. So I'm going to go again to my screen share, and let's check about the screen sharing area. So if I open this one and I change my setup display, so I'm going to go to display setting, and I'm going to go to my secondary display. Oh, so here, now you can see this area. Now, if you see this is my YouTube channel, but if you see this area, this is basically called the Loopback software. Now, Loopback, again, it works only with MacBook. And what Loopback does, it takes my Ecamm Live audio, my Finder audio, my Google Chrome audio, and it connects it to a mixer, which basically puts, my audio out. So this is really important tool if you have Ecamm, but you want to really go to, StreamYard, and you want to also display your audio quality into, Zoom or any other devices. Loopback was a huge struggle, and I'm still struggling with it, to be really honest. If you find the audio controls to be a little bit, shifting and popping left and right, so do please let me know in the comment section, and I'll try to improve them even further. Again, test, trial, and experimentation, right? We're getting there. We're trying to make the best out of, all the technology that we have. Madhya Adil, how do I address my limiting belief to opt for online master practitioner course? The only thing is stopping me till now. Well, Madhya, it's about taking a leap of faith. What I would really recommend is that why don't you connect with some of our graduates who have done the online version of master practitioner and ask them. So one thing I really like about is that any training company that you're really working with, you could always get their reviews, their feedback, and check with their graduates, how they're producing results. If they are producing results, you should enroll. If they're not producing results, well, I wouldn't really encourage you to apply at all for that. So the one great way of getting rid of this limiting belief is ask yourself, how long would you really want to wait till, basically adapting to the mechanisms of online? And if you could do that, imagine the amount of possibilities that could open for you. So think about all the businesses that you're in. Let's say if there's somebody who's into sales. Well, can you sell physically? Sure you can. You can go door to door, knock, and give them products. Or you could adapt to newer technology and, use PPC ads, and use, Facebook ads, use AdSense, and get your, items sold across online. Now, it takes time and, to learn and adapt. And while we're training every of our participants, we're training them with the sense that they could do both online and the physical sessions. So not only am I demonstrating how to do an intervention online, I also would want to demonstrate how do we do it. So then I would require 2 cameras and both connected to my, again, A10 Mini Pro. So I can switch in camera angles so that you can see how I do it in physical environment and how do I really do it on online environment. That's how it really helps me. Fahad, one of my, besties, and one of my really great friends, I look up to him in terms of all knowledge and information. How was your transformation from training in physical environment to digital? What really inspired you? Fahad, you inspired me. Okay. Let's be very crystal clear. So Fahad is one of those guys that used to talk about all this, AI and technology. He would always talk about it, and I said, buddy, I'm going and I'm going to invest and I'm going to put myself into digital transformation. So thank you, Fahad, for asking that question. So yeah, people inspired me, individuals inspired me. The sense of how global community was working around. That's what we were really looking at. We were looking at what's happening outside, what's there going on in the digital arena, what's happening in the fronts. So we're kind of like seeing this. So you tell me, give me your sense. Are you a coach? Are you a trainer? Are you a therapist? What's your experience been like, with this lockdown now, Delta, virus, version has come out. Tomorrow, some other version is going to come out. And after that, there's going to be another version that may be out. And they're going to keep locking the things down. And we can't stop business. My agony is that I wish I could go to, every individual and tell them about the importance of technological upgrades so that they could make most, with their technology. So thank you for, tuning into these areas. And we're just looking at making the experience as good as we can. This is our ultimate goal. Our ultimate goal is to help people feel empowered. Noman, what has been your best achievement so far being as a trainer? Noman, I think one of my biggest, achievements is seeing a human soul smile. That's how I have believed in, and the amount of results and the success that we create, that's what I'm truly proud of. I'm proud of that we're a learning organization. If, imagine a training company which does not want to train themselves. I spend every, dime of my, personal investment in terms of upgrading my knowledge. I'm learning stuff. I would want to, every year I go and revise and recap all the courses that I've done. I've done certifications in God knows about 10 plus global certification areas in terms of coaching, alternative therapy, complementary therapy, hypnotherapy, timeline therapy. So I keep revising, recapping, and not only in Pakistan, that's not where I'm attending. And that's not also all the courses that I not do online. I even physically went and trained myself, and I keep revisiting. I want to have the best benchmarks in Pakistan that could be there in terms of coaching. And that's how I gauge myself as, achievements of being as a trainer. So, every trainer should be result oriented, the amount of results they're producing. And number two, how well are their graduates doing? So I track my graduates. Some of my graduates have done phenomenal in terms of increasing their income. Sure, they've had hiccups. I mean, everybody has hiccups. Coaching and therapy doesn't mean that, once you have it, you'll never fall down. It just gives you more muscle to pick yourself back up much more faster, much more rapidly, and get on with life. So it puts you at cause of, doing things really awesomely. So yeah, Noman, I think that's how it's been for me. Bismillah again in the question. Why is it important to go for NLP practitioner and NLP master practitioner together? Okay, so this is a technical question. So most of you guys, enroll in courses and you go to, so courses have levels, right? So level 1, level 2, level 3. Here's a catch, guys. You see, there are reasons why the courses are broken down into modules. Level 1 means it's just basic. You're going to understand the foundation. And I think it was ethically incorrect for me to go to my clients and say, just do the foundation course and that's going to be sufficient. No, the foundation course is just 40%. The missing 60% is in master practitioner. Now, I've solved a lot of problem for all other NLP trainers that are there in the market. So please, no, it doesn't really matter that you get certified from us. They're really great people in Pakistan and also not only in Pakistan, but also in abroad. They're really fantastic trainers who are doing a really great job. Just the request is that if you're doing practitioner, do it along with master practitioner in neuro-linguistic programming. It combines together to give you that 100% fulfilling. In our company, we charge them together as one program. we say that no, we're not going to exempt you. We're not going to let you go off just with NLP practitioner, because we want you to go out with more, and we want them to do master. Previously, we did that strategy, didn't really work out. Our practitioners went half hanging. Now, anybody who's just done an NLP practitioner, they have done, gotten really good results, not like that, but then they're half hanging. They're like, okay, but what do I do about this problem? And what do I do about this problem? And they don't have that solution or the toolkit. So the idea is to, increase your toolkit and itinerary. So I think that's really important. And that's why we encourage people to do NLP practitioner and master practitioner together. So this is how it is. And all this equipment and software, allows me to put in a lot of other areas. So for example, about the pause screen. So when I want to take like a small short break, I just kind of like fiddle with the screen and I go, yeah. And sometimes I just want to basically, go into a little bit more gap and, maybe just to have a little bit more entertainment for clients. We'll be just right back after this smart commercial, and then imagine all that you can do. Trust me, this is a crazy world of exploration. And, people do this course that's called Train the Digital Trainer, and that's done physically. I mean, I was at least having a laugh. I mean, so, but, you guys, should start from everywhere. You don't even really need to do, a digital training program. I mean, so much of material is out on YouTube and so much content is there. You guys could really work around, see what the, things that you could really focus on. While you're doing this, also please make sure to support our channel so that we could really, really get back to you. What I would really want you guys to do is also like, subscribe, and, hit the bell icon. This, really enables us to make more, and I could come live more frequently. And we're doing this for you, right? So as we're doing this for you, I would want you guys to really punch in those comments and tell us about the areas that you would want to know about, what you would want to learn more about. And we're here to support. I mean, not everything has to be charged. There are certain things that could be done on very complimentary basis. And it's really a privilege to, help and empower Pakistan as, a nation. I think we all should play our role. Even all of you, your today's challenge is that I would want you guys to come live one time at least. Don't worry about your camera, don't worry about the quality, don't worry about anything else. Just make it happen. Final things on my tech equipment that I haven't really mentioned about is few connectors that we're going to talk about. So yeah, I use this hub, and I like this hub. This hub basically enables me to connect all my ports into that, and that port all goes again into my Mac. So, one that it's basically also a display link, connects about 2 monitors up to 4K. Targus, yeah, that's the one that I'm using. This is Thunderbolt 3. Now, I wish I knew this before, but if you're really wanting to buy a hub, you may want to go for Thunderbolt 4. And those are the newer advanced versions. I just got stuck with the Thunderbolt 3, but still Thunderbolt 3 does every single thing for me. I mean, 4 would have been just making a, end-to-end mind that, it may have gone for more 3 to 4 years with the speed that the technology is shifting. It's kind of like crazy, 1 year passes by and you're like, there's something new that's up there. There's something new that is up there. So going with the tech equipment that you can handle, digest, absorb, and then, go up to there. Oh, we have a comment from Nasreen. Ma'am, good to see you. Those of you who don't know, Nasreen was one of my teachers, primarily for teaching me subjects like sociology and psychology. She was a phenomenal teacher. Thank you. And I owe this to all my teachers. I mean, no matter who has, even if somebody's taught you something, I really pay all that respect and tribute to some of the people who have really helped me to grow as an individual. Thank you, ma'am. So Pakistan has been blessing, right? I mean, I think as a nation, we host some of the best trainers in the world. And there's no denial of how much, talent that this nation holds. I'm really proud of everyone. Even if you're doing small bits and pieces, those are also really fabulous. So yeah, so that's our connector. Then Then I think nothing much is more left. This is pretty much it. Now, if you see my front-facing camera, so this camera, this is only the one that's the most expensive camera that I use, and that's called Panasonic S1. I love Panasonic. It's not like I'm not a Sony fan. I do have, so this camera that you're seeing, hi, how are you? Oh, sorry, now I'm in the frame. That's Sony, and this is Panasonic. So I use two different versions. I have two more cameras as well, and both of them are also Sony. I think for my mainframe camera, I just only prefer Panasonic. This is a monster body. Sometimes when I'm even doing recording, this can record up to 8K, which is useless. I mean, you don't really need 8K recording at 10-bit rate, but this can do that. I mean, that's the best part. So I really trickle that down to 4K. Even 4K is too much. 1080p is still far greater results that it gives in. So that's how basically all the things, work around. And if you guys can crack that code, let me know about any tech equipment that, basically seems to be cumbersome or, problematic, and we could really talk around that. And do let us know about what topics we could cover, what areas we could cover. And overall, I'm just really grateful that you guys are there. Yeah. So bottom line would be, what are the top challenges you face as a coach, trainer, and a therapist? Leave, some comments below so that we can just do a little bit more about these areas. And yeah, we would really want to get back to you on all these areas. So today you were tuned into our question and answer sessions with me. Do please let us know. We're live on almost like all platforms, which is YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch. This was one of our test streams to see how things are really connecting and working around here. And we would really love to know more from your end, and just to give us some sense. Hi, Rubab. Rubab Kazmi is one of our top graduates. So she's even, graduated from the advanced hypnotherapy course and interventionist. So, hey, Rubab, how are you? Thank you for tuning in. And it's always great to see all these beautiful people, putting their support in and making these things happen. Yeah. So make sure you guys nail this and you're able to do the best to your experiences with all these areas that you can. So learn, improvise, and keep, progressing slowly and gradually. This is for today only. So this is our, broadcast time. I thought this would be a good time frame to come in when people have always, ended their day. They were just looking forward to either hitting the bed by now or something. Some people are early sleepers. I have my own business, so I don't know. For me, every day could be Sunday and every day is working day. I choose to work almost every single day. That's how I love lining up things. So thank you for joining in. Thank you for tuning in. We've been 50 minutes almost on this, sense. And yeah, thank you so much. I think this was a good overall success. We could always have a small ending celebration to all the things that went well. Let's give a round of applause to all those who were there, and those of you who commented. I would definitely come back to each and every comment, and we're going to reply over there. Thank you. Thank you. This is about you guys. This is all for you, and we would really want you to basically tell us more about how do basically we work and how do we talk, how do we categorize things, and make this experience a little better for you, especially, for you. That's how we do. Again, a request that we would really want you to follow, subscribe, like all our channels, be there, have engagement with us, put in your comments. This will allow us to work with you in real time. That's what you were asking, right? Physical or, virtual. If you want us to interact with you on virtual, we would really encourage you to, actively take, participation over here and connect with us. So from this, signing off, thank you so much for your time. I would really want to catch back with you soon, and we're going to have another session pretty much soon. That's from my side. Adios and goodbye.